Hello everyone, today in this video I will be talking about what critical changes you need to adapt to adjust to this new normal. Yes, we are talking about the new normal because certain studies have suggested that our known normal is not going to return anytime soon. It may last for a year or maybe even longer. So I have certain notes with me which I will keep referring to while I am talking to you all. So big, small, micro businesses, even freelancers will be facing the maximum impact of this situation because we always operate under limited resources, whether it is manpower, IT, technology, office space, infrastructure, whatever it is. We have limited resources, and we tend to work within that bandwidth only. And now with this economic downturn, it will be even difficult for them and for us to survive in this critical phase. But we cannot be just sitting back, we cannot be just waiting for some miracle to happen. We need to transform the ways that we work. We need to engage our resources in a way to make work for us. So in a recent article by Mr. Narendra Modi, our Honorable Prime Minister, he has invited youth of India to come up with innovative business models wherein less human interaction in a physical way is reduced, and how can we transform the way things work in a more digital format. So to state an example, he shared how Pan-India Aadhaar was introduced, how the payment mechanism has been transformed from cash to UPI. Even small vendors have started accepting digital payments. Other example that he gave also was telemedicine. So there are certain platforms available which not only help us identify the right kind of specialist that we are looking for, but also seek consultation online. I can just state a recent example, a personal example only. My daughter had some minor issue. I wanted to avoid walking to the pediatrician. She is just a few meters away from my house, but under such a critical state, I wanted to avoid that. So I just called her up, and she immediately asked me for certain symptoms and suggested me the right medication, and it just worked wonders, and in a day she was fine. So if medicine, a very in fact the most important sector, can do with less patient to doctor interaction, why not other businesses? So I have listed out a few critical areas which you as a small and medium scale business owner need to adapt to adjust to the new normal. Okay, so here I have a few notes. So one of the first things that you need to look at is creating a niche online. Having a website or not having a website, you do not have an option now. You need to carve a niche for yourself online, because it may take much longer before you can actually go out and make physical visits to your clients. So you need to build your presence online, be present on social media, and if you have a website, you need to ensure that it is not just informative but also interactive. Is your website able to generate leads for you? Is your website able to build a sales funnel for you? So one of the first things is you have to create a niche for yourself online. Second is multifunctional key result areas. So for smaller companies, it is given that most of the workforce hops from one function to the other, considering the limited number of manpower that they have. But many a times what happens is that they have just been working without being able to really quantify their work and be able to measure their work. But now this would be the new way of working. So if this has been the practice you have followed, you still had an advantage of physically seeing the person of what work he or she is doing. But amidst this lockdown, it will be really a struggle for you to measure their performance. So revisit their key result areas, which is called as KRA. Sit with them, identify their key areas of strengths and weaknesses, conduct a SWOT with them, and modify how each job role would be evolving here. Third thing that you need to do is cutting down on your overheads to the extent of whether you really need that office space which you currently have. So if you have an employee strength of 100 or 150 people, do you really need that large an office space? So this lockdown forced us to work from home, and you were forced to let your people work remotely. And if they have been working efficiently, then this is the way you need to continue here on also. Because being a small business owner, being a medium scale business owner, financial crunch you would majorly be facing here on. So you need to curtail on your office overheads largely, and um, encourage people to work from home, and devise a way wherein they are working more efficiently. In fact, I was just going through a report which clearly stated that when people are working from home, they are more productive. How? Because it reduces their stress levels. They need not waste their time in commuting. They can more efficiently create a better work life balance, and they have reduced stress and anxiety levels. So if this is working for you, you should continue to do so. Fourth thing that you need to do is you need to create a culture of learning. So adapting to change isn't easy, and but if you have the know-how of awareness, if you are equipped with the right kind of knowledge and tools, the journey becomes smooth. So far, if you haven't invested any time or resources in identifying and creating the right skills and develop a learning culture, this is the time to do so. Make it a mandate for all your people to enroll for some course online which will help in the growth of the organization. Conduct a webinar for all your people to upskill them, and if you have some struggle in identifying what exact skills you need to cope up with this, you might as well speak to a consultant who can help you do so. Last but not the least, very very crucial, if you have been working in an unorganized fashion with respect to performance management, with respect to the way company policies were dealt with, you have no option but to reorganize and restructure your HR and people related policies. So if you have been a person where you were relying more on your gut and your instinct when it came to performance appraisals, you will get less and less chance to interact with people physically now. So but you still need to be appraising your people, organizing your performance measurement systems, organizing your policies is the way to go. I'm sure many of you, this is the first time wherein you had to send your people to compulsorily work from home, and you had no option but to add a policy which was maybe copy pasted from somewhere or taken reference from somewhere, and that's how you went about it. But now is the time you need to reorganize your HR policies, you need to reorganize the people processes for you to work in a much more efficient way, to help people gain that security, to help gain maximum out of people's talents, and basically organize the way you have been functioning so far. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. If you have any questions, you can drop them in your comments box. And thank you so much for watching this video. Stay tuned for more. Bye bye.